Hi all, good evening and welcome back to our video number 3. In this video number 3, I would like to explain you people when do you need a data designer and you really need them to be connected to your data modeling. Okay, so in this process, I'll be taking some sample data, I'll be importing it, and I'll be taking the help of a journey which will be dependent on subscribers. To understand this better, first let me take the subscribers data here where we have zero records for now. Okay, zero records. And let's assume that we are trying to create a goal. We are trying to create a goal to calculate the people who are entering into this journey and if they are converting themselves into a loyalty member. Okay, so first I'll be creating with the help of a simple one, okay, without having connected. So this is my data extension, and this is the field where I'll be creating a goal to calculate the number of people who are entering the journey and people who are converting themselves into loyalty members. Okay, that's the thing which I want to create. So based on this data. Okay. And the data information. So people will be entering the journey based on their opt-in date if it belongs to yesterday. So there are two conditions. They'll be entering the journey based on opt-in date, which will be yesterday. Okay. And I will be trying to calculate their loyalty membership. Okay. So that's what I want to achieve. So people who will be joining this data extension, they'll be entering into the journey. And once they get converted, we want to calculate the goal. We want to calculate the goal. And for the first example, I will be creating a journey using the journey data itself, right, with the help of journey data. So I'll be creating a copy of this data extension. I'll call this one as subscribers loyalty membership goal. Okay. So this is my data extension just for learning purpose. So I'll be calling this one subscribers underscore loyalty members. Okay. Loyalty members. Loyalty members. Currently, we don't have any records in this one. Currently, we don't have any records. So let us assume that I want to use this data extension and I'll be using this field to calculate the goal. So for that, I'll be going into my journey builder. And the first example will be on the journey, which will be using loyalty membership. Data designer, loyalty members, and I'll call this one as 1. This is my first one. And in this case, I'll be not taking any data designer support. It will be a very simple calculation. So let me save it and organize. So I'll be taking the data extension. Immediately when they enter into the data extension, they'll be waiting for 5 minutes. Okay. And before that, I would like to just update a data extension and it will be for 3 minutes. It's a very, very simple example what I'm creating. You need data designer for your real-time goal creations and for your real-time decision splits. So a very simple example. First, let me have the data extension which I've created in the previous step as my entry source. Subscribers, loyalty members. I want to create a goal. So many people have confusions on goals, so I'll make it simple for you people. Goal is a process of checking a condition and making a decision on it. Okay. Loyalty members, if it is equal to true, if it is equal to true, they are treated as this one. So definition. So I want 50 people. So I'll go with the first one, 50 people to be a loyalty member. So no data designer. And you can see exit option is not available for selecting the journey data. What is journey data? As we discussed in the video number 2, journey data is the information which is stored in the memory of the journey. So in this process, I would just like to update the opt-in date of the same data extension where the opt-in date will be of today. Okay. And I would like to even make a change. So let's make a change and I'll call the opt-in source as Journey Builder. Okay. So I'm using a contact update here, Journey Builder, and it will be a 3 minutes wait. After this 3 minutes wait, we are expecting the goal to get calculated. This will be a static data, not the one which is dynamic. Okay. So before we proceed, I need data because I will be running this journey once. Okay. And for that, I'll be taking the help of a file. Just a minute, I'll import the records into it. I'm importing the file. Okay, I have my data ready. Now I will complete the journey to run and we'll see whether it is able to calculate. So what is the goal? And goal is dependent on data which is coming from your data extension. There will be no change. There will be no change in it. So we have 223 records in this one, and we are just updating two information, the opt-in date, and the opt-in source will be treated as journey builder. So the agenda is to know whether the 50 people, it is the exact number, 50 people to be a loyalty member. Okay. So this journey will run once journey, and people will enter the journey, they leave the journey, that's it. They'll be not coming back again. Okay, no re-entry. Let us see what is the result we'll be getting from this one. And do remember, I have not connected this data extension. I have not connected this data extension to any data designer. So let me validate this. It's a very simple journey, which is calculating the goal which is coming from your data extension, which will be a very simple mathematics. Out of 223 people, we are expecting 50 people to be a loyalty member. Okay, very simple. So the journey has been activated now. So we'll be waiting for 3 minutes. In this 3 minutes, we are expecting to calculate the goal. We'll see that result. So for that, I'll be starting a timer for 5 minutes for reference. Okay. So you need data designer when you people are planning to calculate a goal, to make a decision spread, when the contact has information which might change after entering the journey. You need data designer only if you think that you need data to check in real time. When they enter the journey, it might have a different information, but after entering, they might have different data or data which might change. Based on that data is what we are planning to check. So I'm just checking the journey history to check the number of people who have entered into this one. There are 446 people entered. Okay, 223 have entered, and they'll be exiting after 3 minutes. They are all in wait period here. 446 activities. So I'm waiting for this time to elapse. So what is the expectation? There are two expectations which will change the entry source data extension with two things. One is the opt-in date and the opt-in source, and goal will be calculated. Out of 223 people, we are expecting the 50 people to be a loyalty member. I'm just explaining how the goal works. So 50 divided by 223, it might give you a calculation. So let's see how many people enter into the journey, how many people are loyalty members. Okay, this is the field which we are checking. And don't forget, this data extension is not connected to our data designer. Data designer is not always required. It is required to check when the contact enter and if the value gets changed. The value gets changed. Let me reload the browser once. But we want to check all these things in real time. For example, they'll be entering the journey. After entering the journey, in video number 2, I was demonstrating with the help of a first name, and I got a comment stating that, is there a possible that the first name will be changed? No, first name was taken as an example to explain how personalization string and lookup works in your journey builder if the data is changed. Data is different. Before entering the journey, it might have a different data. After entering the journey, they might change the value. So if you are referring or if you want to refer the data which is changed in this scenario, you will be using lookup. But if you feel that the data will be not changing, just to display the information, you don't need a lookup. Okay, I'm just reloading the browser, hoping that the people will enter and leave. After entering and leaving the journey, we will see whether the goal has been calculated or not. This time period, 3 minutes, when they complete this 3 minutes, when they exit from here, the goal will be calculated, which is a very simple mathematical operation done by your journey builder. So we have said that we want 50 people to be a loyalty member, and that is dependent on this field with the value true in it. Okay, let's see the result of it. I'm just checking whether they have entered and exited. And here you can see a goal here, which says it is 0% as of now. Yes, it is 0%. You have to calculate it once they have left this journey. Yes, they have exited. Now you will see a percentage getting calculated. So it might take a minute for that to get updated on the UI. How many people entered into the journey? 223. How many people are we expecting to be a loyalty member? Journey health, you can see I want 50% of the people. I want 50% of the people to be a loyalty member. It's an exact count, not the percentage. Okay. Let me check on this one. They have entered, they have exited. That's good. Let me reload the browser once again. Sometimes it takes time to be visible on the screen. Okay, they have exited. Let us see. This has to be calculated, waiting for the screen to load with the value. It should show me the percentage here. What should be the percentage? As a simple mathematics, it should be number of people. So how do you know the people, number of people who are the loyalty members here? So to do that, you can take the help of a filter D, or you can write a query to check the number of people who are the loyalty members on this data extension. I just want to count them based on the subscriber key. Let's see how many people will get. Select the count of subscriber key from this one, where loyalty member field should be true. Let's see the count of it. I'm expecting a percentage to be visible here. This is the field. The goal is calculated on this field where the loyalty member is equal to true. If it is empty, then it will be zero itself. Means there are no people who have become a loyalty member. Parallelly, what we can check is whether this data extension has modified with the values which we have updated from the data extension. We have only one record. Okay, there are zero counts. Okay, it makes meaning now. Okay. A loyalty member is zero. Loyalty membership is zero. That is the reason we did not get any data here. Okay. What I'll be doing now is I'll be creating a second copy of this one. I would like to update it manually from the journey itself, and let's see whether we are expecting those number of people. And before that, I would like to check whether the data was being changed. There are two things which will be changing. One is the opt-in date. Yes, it is changed to CST time zone. And opt-in source, we are expected that it to be updated as Journey Builder. Yes, these two have changed, but loyalty membership is not changed. So that is the reason we got 0. That makes sense here. Okay. So for that to be working as expected, so I'll be not using this data extension again. So because it has already been used, or I can create a copy of this data extension or this journey. I'll call this one as, let us see the result. So I want to create a copy of this journey, copy the journey, and I'll call this one as 2. And I expect the data to be with value true in it. So I will be pushing this data. I need data, right? So let me just give me a second. I'll update the value with true and false. Yeah, it is. Okay. The field is changed. Okay, so I'm waiting for the data to be imported. So I think I have all the data which is required. So now, first, I would like to check the field, whether we have the loyalty membership value with records true or false. And it, yeah, we have two false. Now let us make advantage of this one. So I'll be going into dashboard, folders, data designer. Do we have the second one? Yes, I'll be activating this one. What is the goal? We want 50% of the 50 people to be a loyalty member. Okay, let me save it. Check the goal definition for configuration issues. Okay. Is equal to true. Journey data. Yeah, I have to change this one, which should be equal to true. Sorry about that. Since the data was not present, let me organize it. Let us see whether we get the result of this. As usual, it will be 5 minutes, a timer, and in this time, I would like to pause this video. 0606. I'll start the timer. Journey is activated. We're expecting the people to enter the journey. And now we have the data as expected with true or false. So they should enter the journey and we should be now getting a calculation on. So let me run this again to see the number of people who have the loyalty membership value with true in it. Timer has begun and we'll make a simple mathematical calculation. Yes, we have 101 people here. So now the percentage, it should calculate the percentage with a very simple mathematics that it should be a very simple one, that number of people who entered into the journey is 223. 111 divided by 223. So we are expecting the percentage to be 49.77%. That should be the percentage. And we have an exact count. But the video number 4 will be the one where we will be, was on journey data goal calculation. But the next video will be on the video number 4, where we will be calculating the goal based on contact data. Based on contact data means when they enter the journey, the data will be different. When they complete the journey, their data will be different. Based on that, we would like to calculate the goal. Okay, that will be video number 4. So meanwhile, when this timer is running, I would like to give a pause for this video so that this journey completes its running. So people have entered into the journey. Okay, people have entered into the journey. They are waiting in this 3 minutes period. You will see how this goal gets. It's a very simple mathematics done by your journey builder. I'll give a pause for this video until the journey is exited. I'm resuming the video. The time is almost getting elapsed and the journey has exited them, all the 223 contacts. All the contacts have entered. They have left the journey. You can see this here. Now I'll go back into my journey and check whether the goal was calculated. Yes, you can see the goal is calculated because out of 223 people, 111 people are the loyalty members. Let me go into data designer, journey number 2. You can see this one. The percentage is 222. Why? Now you should do a mathematical calculation. Out of 223, 111 people are loyalty members. You can see there are 2 percentage symbols on the screen. Okay, let me close this. Let me take the mouse over this. Let me mark it for you and help you people to calculate. This is 111. So the goal was to have 50 people as loyalty members. Okay, and how many people entered the journey is 223, and number of people who are loyalty members is 111. So now if you put your mathematics into play, so number of people who entered into the journey and the people who are loyalty members is 111 divided by 223. Okay, 223. But if you calculate that based on the numbers, like how many people we were expecting is 50, right? So 50 is what we were expecting, but the number of people who were a loyalty member is more than that, right? 50 into 2. So you can see that it is 222%. This is calculated based on these two numbers. Okay. And this is calculated based on this number. Okay. 111 divided by 223 is what it is showing here. And this is because you expected only 50 people, but there are 111 people, right? 111 people. So that is the reason this calculation is coming here. Okay. So that's how the goal works, but this was a static data. This was a static data, but we want to calculate this in real time. We want to calculate this in real time means they enter the journey with a different value. But after entering the journey, if the data is changed, we want to check whether those people are converting themselves as a loyalty member. This is where you need a data designer to check the information in real time, which will be recorded in our video number 4. I'm stopping this video number 3.